Good morning, everybody. This is day 2 of March Wellness. And first I wanted to talk about introducing the liver and gallbladder channel to you, since that is spring meridians. So think about the energy of the budding of the leaves and trees coming out. They are taking the stored energy from wintertime and moving it upwards. And so that's rising young, and the inner sap material, the sugar water, the vital essence, like our blood, is the yin potential moving up. And the yang is the warming of the sun, the longer days, that's drawing that yin up. So our partners, the liver and the gallbladder, liver being yin and gallbladder being yang, although each one of them has both yin and yang characteristics. So I'm going to stand up and show you the channel. We'll start off this morning tracing both the channels, and then I'll show you 3 exercises that are really good to open up both the liver and gallbladder channels. So first thing you should know, when you are sleeping, the time from 11 to 1 in the morning, so 11 p.m. to 1 in the morning is gallbladder time, and then 1 to 3 is liver, and then the end of the cycle then rejoins again with the lungs at 3 a.m. So many people may wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning, and we'll save that for a whole nother talk. But that time 11 to 1 is quite auspicious, because the opposite time of the day, noon during the day, is related to the heart, and most of the heart attacks that happen in the world happen in the opposite time of the heart, the weakness, but it's during the gallbladder time. The gallbladder emotionally is all about decision making, judgments, taking the sort of plan or strategy of the liver and moving it out into the world. So if you ever felt like you can't make a decision, that is the gallbladder energy. And it is a very long channel. It comes from the head all the way down to the foot, and it passes right through the middle of the body, and we can get really stuck in the middle body, sitting all the time, and feeling stuck in the head, which is sort of a literal outcome of the physical body being stuck. So if you wanted to start, I'm going to be close to the camera here. The outside edges of the eyes is the first point for gallbladder. Remember, all these meridians are moving into each other, so it's moving from this previous time right into the meridian here. So eyes, headaches, temple connections, this is the outside beginning of gallbladder. And then the second point goes right into the ear. So you can see right away how we see the world, how we hear the world is affected by the gallbladder. The blood to the eyes, we call that the exit of the liver. So you can always tell jaundice or heat in the liver through the eyes. And so the gallbladder then moving to the inner ear, then coming to the top, the zygomatic arch here, TMJ, right, jaw, talking, right, all these senses and movement in the front of the face. And then the points come over the head, and then they come back over again, and finally to the base of the occiput. So headaches, migraines, thinking, then to the base of the cranium here, where we get a lot of tension headaches. Comes down to the top of the shoulders, the top of the traps, right? We call this the seat of the self. It can be really heavy and feel heavy pushing down. So all these points now beginning with the gallbladder channel in the head, and then moving down the chest, the ribs, and then down the outside IT band of the leg to the fourth toe, and then moving over to big toe, coming up the inside of the leg because it's now yin, and moving up and coming back to the ribs. So when things are balanced and things are working well, the liver is your strategy maker. It's your creative potential. It's the seed of everything that will grow from you. And it often gets conflicted because that liver and that pancreas and that gallbladder are all sitting on the right side of the body. Dense blood, liver's holding all the blood, and it has to send it out to the body so it can get stuck, and it sends fire up to the heart. So oftentimes the stomach and the heart can feel heat from the liver, the congestion, right? We call it stasis or stagnation. But the hormones that come to the liver can help cause stagnation there too. So we really want the liver to be balanced for a lot of reasons. But these three sit together and they exchange the blood with each other. So it's all about processing food. All three of these organs are digesting the food and taking it down into the small intestine, which then sends out what you need to the body and what you don't need downward. 95% of the bile that's made in gallbladder is retained in the body. So really important in breaking down food and then being processed in the ileum. So without further ado, come to your mat and stand. And I'm wearing my street clothes today just to show you that yoga does not have to be in lycra. It can be in your street clothes. You can stand up and do stretches at any time of the day. So first thing I want to show you, I'm going to put the block right between my legs, and I'm going to squeeze nice and tight. So if you have a roll, a large towel, you can do the same thing. Squeeze. So the liver line is coming down here, but you're also pressing in. That's adducting. The IT bands, pulling the legs, nice posture, right? Strong legs. And then you can lift up the toes and you can feel the connection to the earth. And you can stand here and you can just take some deep breaths. Imagine just moving the breath up and pulling it back down. If you need a little extra lift, you can take the hands right to the SI joints, and then you can lift the chest up and then take a few deep breaths here. Good. So one of the openings, because the gallbladder is called the daimai, this central circle around the middle of the body, and the liver comes up to the ribs, everything that gets stuck down this little part of the ribs we need to open. So side bending is really good. So keep holding the block, and we're going to take one hand over and reach the other to the sky and open up the side ribs. So it helps me from collapsing down onto my hips by squeezing that block, lifting up, and the bend comes from the lower floating ribs here. So you take a deep breath over, exhale, inhale, lift, and come down on the exhale. And lift the arm. Exhale, over, keep coming up, over, stretching. And then you release that ear to the shoulder. Keep squeezing that block. Lifting up, inhale, and exhale down. Good. All right, so you can do that as long as you like. We're going to go ahead and use the hands to follow the meridian lines just to show you. So we breathe in here, inhale from the eyes to the ears, up over the head, and then exhale down, and then you can hold the wings open and just stretch. Good, and then turn the hands down to the top of the traps, the shoulders, inhale. And then fall down, outside edges, exhale. Right to the fourth toe. Good. Now just slide your fingers over to the big toe, to the liver channel. And then we're going to come up the toes. You can come right up the V at the top of the foot and the inner ankle, up the inner legs. Inhale. following up the femoral arteries, slide across, and then come right into the ribs and stretch open. Exhale, just come down. Let's do it again, just so you know. Start with the eyes. Inhale, inhale to the ears. Hands over the top of head. Exhale to the back of the occiput here. And just open the wings. And then slide the hands down, top of shoulders. Inhale. And exhale down the sides of the legs. Come around from that fourth toe to the big toe. Slide up the inside. And exhale down. And I always like to do things in threes. Let's do this again. Up to the eyes. You can close the eyes. You can cover the eyes. There's a lot of massages that you can do here just to calm down. But we take a breath from the eyes to the ears. Over the top of the head. Breathe in again. Covering all those points in the head. Open up the wings. Leave your fingers right at the base of the cranium here. Exhale. Feel the ribs pulling in. And then turn the hands. Inhale. Breathe right into your hands, into the ribs here. And then right to the sides. And exhale. Down to the fourth toe. Over to big toe. Up the inside ankle, inside knees. Inhale. Exhale. So releasing the flow, invigorating the meridian lines will help open things. Now come down to your knees. All right, and we're going to use the block today. You can do it with or without. I'll just show you with the block down to the knees. And I'm going to stick out one of my legs to the side. We're going to work on side bending. So stretch this leg. You can turn the foot parallel to the mat, or you can leave it slightly turned off to the side. Put that other hand right onto the top of the block, palm side, finger side. And then long leg, long arm, you lift it up. And then over. Come down and stretch. Big breath in. Big breath out. Releasing the ear down so it's the full side body stretching. Inhale. And then exhale, come all the way down. And inhale lifts you up. And then bring the foot in. And then other side. Reach out. Find your foot position here. Fingertips to the block. Inhale, lift the arm up. And exhale, over. Side stretch. Inhale, releasing the neck. Breathe right into those side ribs. Keep reaching fingers out. Foot down, toes stretching. Exhale. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, bring the foot in. Good. Again, you can set up your morning exercises to do 5, 15, 20 minutes of each one of those. So 3 forms already. And now I'm going to turn and show you one more. Lunge. So I'm going to bring one of my foot forward and coming down. So you can find the outside tracing of the leg, what it's doing for the gallbladder on the ribs, and then the inner foot, toes strong to the back, liver channel coming up the inside of the leg, up to the ribs here. So we don't want to collapse over, we want to keep lifting up, pull belly in, come down, and that's within the legs and not the chest falling over. So this is a nice form. Lunges are to work on liver energy. And then I'm going to switch here. I'll just use my block and just show you on the same side. And switching sides, looking back, making sure my foot is straight back. Toes are tucked straight into the top of the mat. So I have a strong connection to the foot, both the fourth toe and the big toe. Outside, remember, is the IT band, gallbladder coming up. So when we lift our arms, imagine we are lifting the liver energy up. And then when we pull down, imagine the gallbladder energy that gets stuck in the head coming down. And we can press it all the way back to the foot, right? So remember, lifting up and pressing down and back. Good. And then we can come back. And those are our 3 exercises. Standing with the block with a side body stretch. Kneeling down with the block, side body stretch. And lunges. Good for the liver and the gallbladder. Thank you for your second day of your March Wellness. See you tomorrow.